The perfect Jeep Gladiator setup, and it doesn't require a lift. Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and that's right. I think, and I may be a bit biased, that I have the perfect Jeep Gladiator setup, and it doesn't even require a lift. I mean, this thing is just awesome. You know, I had kicked around the idea of lifting my Jeep Gladiator, but after lifting the Toyota Tacoma, I decided that, you know, I wanted to try to achieve a really good looking truck without sacrificing any comfort or ride quality, like, to be honest, I've done in the Toyota Tacoma. So let's run through real quick. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. First of all, we got to talk about the appearance a little bit, right? I mean, I've added this knockoff, admittedly, Rubicon style 3-piece grill. I took the pieces off the edges to make it stubby. I've also blacked out, or actually replaced, the grill with a blacked out grill, and that is a Mopar grill, by the way. It comes black like that, satin finish. And then I bought the parts that go around the edges, which you have to do. I'm talking about these parts right here and along the bottom, if you have a Sport S, because they're integrated as part of the whole stock grill that's painted body match. So you have to get these to go ahead and body match around the frame of the grill if you want. Unless you're a really good painter, I suppose you could go ahead and keep what you have and just paint the center part of your grill. Me, I'm not so talented. On the sides, I did put the clear markers on because I'm not a big amber fan, kind of like chrome. So I did go ahead and put the clears on. They are amber underneath so that we stay compliant. And then, of course, in the grill, I went ahead and painted the hooks this green, which I really like, just to kind of offset everything a little bit. I think it came out really well. Of course, we do have the bar here that came with the grill, and I think that's a nice touch on the front. But as far as the lift itself goes, or the lack thereof, my Jeep Gladiator is not lifted. This is stock height. Didn't want to change any of that, as I mentioned, because I didn't want to lose any of the comfort, I guess, that comes with the stock setup. And I gotta be honest, even in going with different wheels and tires, I was a little bit concerned about that. You know, after doing, again, the Tacoma back here, I was pretty concerned that I would have a much firmer, bouncier, rougher ride. Gotta say, don't even notice. Still rides just like it did when I got it. If anything, it might be slightly rougher because of the bigger tires, I suppose, but if it is, it's negligible. I don't think you'd even notice. So what I've got on here, these are a 17-inch wheel, of course, and they're fuels. You guys can probably see the fuel emblem down there. I did go with a Falcon Wild Peak tire, and a lot of people have asked me, well, why didn't you go with the same thing as what you have on the Tacoma? Because they're the same size. And these are good. These tires are nice. They're the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, and I do like them on the Tacoma. I like the looks of them, but they're just a little bit firmer or a rougher ride than what I have now on the Jeep Gladiator. And of course, on the Jeep Gladiator, I've got the Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws, and they still look just as aggressive to me. I mean, they've got a good deep tread on them, would make them good off-road, I think. And then some treading on the side, again, for off-roading purposes. And you can see kind of a comparison to the Duratrax. These are probably a little bit louder as well. The Duratrax are, probably because of the tread setup. It does have a wider tread pattern, you can see there, as compared to what we have on the Falcon Wild Peaks. I think the Falcon Wild Peaks are a really good merge, or trade-off, I guess, between having something strictly meant for off-roading and something strictly meant for pavement. I think they're a good mesh of the two, if you will. Now, as far as size goes, as I mentioned, I do have the same size as what I have on the Tacoma over here. These are 285/70 R17s. You guys can see are right there. And a lot of people ask me about that. You know, what size tires do you have? Well, there you go. That's what I've got. They equate to, rounded up, I believe, about a 30, I think it's 33 or 34. I'd have to go back and check. But certainly do fit, and that's another thing I love about the Jeep Gladiator. It is really set up to take larger tires. You know, there's plenty of room in there for these. Again, I have no lift. There is spacing, of course, on the wheels themselves, but there is no spacer, if you will. And no problems. You can see here, there's no problems or evidence of rubbing or anything here on the back, nor would you really expect there to be, right? The business end is up here in the front. Obviously, with this stubby bumper on here, there's a massive amount of room there. We don't have any kind of rubbing or anything. In the back, you guys can see here, there's no evidence of rubbing or anything back there. And the nice thing I like about the Jeep, let's take a look under here. You see there is no UCA up there, right? Not like there is in the Toyota Tacoma. I mean, you really don't have to worry about clearing much of anything in here. If we look at the Tacoma, we do have this massive, by comparison, UCA here. Obviously, you have to worry about clearing in this area. That's where I had troubles before. When I would turn and the tire would articulate, it would actually hit this elbow, knuckle, nub, whatever you want to call it, on the UCA. That was the biggest problem I ever had. Also, I would have, without the proper spacing on the tires, some rubbing up here in the front, particularly right here on turn. And then you can also get some rubbing there in the back. And it's funny, you know, I've seen a lot of shops put bigger wheels and tires on trucks, and I always go out and look just to see if there's any evidence of rubbing or anything. And invariably, almost every one that I look at, I'll see some rubbing in the back. You know, back here where the tire would hit in the fender area, or in this case back here on the Jeep. And if you had the bumper with the little closeout back here, that piece that normally is in here, you can get a lot of rubbing there. I think if you're going to do any kind of bigger wheel and tire setup, I think you really should go to a stubby type bumper. It just alleviates any problems that you might have there in the front. Again, as you can see, I have a massive amount of room. I can stick my leg in there. No issues there, so no problems whatsoever. Anyway, love the look of the Jeep like this, and I think if you're looking to go with bigger wheels and tires, or just bigger tires themselves, even with the stock wheel setup, that is the way to go if you're not looking to do a lift. And I don't think you really have to do a lift to achieve a good look on the Jeep Gladiator. I think this is perfect. Now I don't have to screw with changing the comfort or the ride quality or any of the geometry of the Jeep. It's an awesome setup just the way it is. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know if you're on the fence. You know, you looking to go for a lift? Or are you just looking for some sort of a stock setup, maybe with different tires to make it look a little bit more aggressive? I'd be curious. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.